Hello and welcome to this week's Indie Showcase. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this month. So basically, what I want to do is I want to have a month, this month, focused on Game Pass indie games. So I already have a ton of indie games to play normally as well, but I have a Game Pass subscription for the rest of the month. So I was like, now's a good time to try out a bunch of these games that I've been wanting to try, that I don't think maybe I won't play the full game, but they suit this series very well. And as soon as I saw this game, Little Witch in the Woods, become available on Game Pass, I was like, I really want to try that. And it suits the series. So Little Witch in the Woods is developed by Sunnyside Up, and it looks like one of those kind of games that I've been playing a lot of lately, where it's like a slice of life, adventure, crafting type game. And that's kind of all I know. So it's early access. So let's kind of see what it's about. I wonder where the carrot was. This is Ellie. It's so strange that you have to press Z to do things. Spacebar doesn't work, enter doesn't work, it has to be Z. You're still thinking about that? We found everything except the carrot. I think it's good that we never found the carrot. Who are we talking to? There was something off about that legendary carrot soup recipe. I just realized we never checked the men's restroom. Yes, there are just some lines you don't cross. Why are we looking for a legendary carrot in the men's restroom? I don't want to know. We searched the whole school save for that place, but we never found the carrot. That means the carrot was in the men's restroom. A carrot in the men's restroom? What an odd sense of humor. I should write Jenny a letter asking her to look through the men's restroom. Can't you ask Will instead? It's the men's restroom after all. Nope, that coward finds it. He'll take it to the teacher bawling like before. Keep in mind that if it weren't for Will, you'd be in jail right now. What kind of life are we leading here? Or 6 feet under. Okay. I'm so bored. It's a flashback. Flashbacks are supposed to be boring. No, they're not. I see why no one else wants to ride this god-awful train. It's boring enough to drive anyone insane. I mean, that's a nice looking train, I think. Like, fucking hell. Try and go on one of our trains, Ellie. They're, not like this, tell you that for sure. Hey, a ticket for this train costs 500 pies. Is our currency in food? And it stopped the witch's house in High Lion, where all roads lead to. All roads lead to the witch's house in High Lion? High Lion's a good name. You're second place at the School for Witches. Whatever, I don't care about any of that. How am I second place anyway? I even sneaked into the forbidden room twice. 3 times. Do we have like a second personality in our brain or something? I even looked through the forbidden books in the hidden library in the school basement. I still remember that horned rabbit that was as big as a house. That's cool. No wonder Will started crying. So how did I manage second place? I simply didn't want to lose. Cut it out and sit quietly. This is a train only for those who want to succeed. What the fuck is happening here? The witch's house might be dark and damp, but it's only 3 years of your life. Fine, fine, enough with the lecture. As a matter of fact, I'm disturbed with the thought of taking off my shoes when I get off the train. Why'd you have to take off your shoes when you get off the train? Shoes for what? I wonder what kind of trouble you'll get into when we arrive. I won't fool around the moment I get there. I didn't know you had self-awareness. Don't you know about the terrible city of rules that is High Lion? The first thing to do is take your shoes off as soon as you get off the train. Really? That's a weird rule. This is my first time hearing something like that. I heard that Jenny's older sister was wearing strappy boots when she first arrived at High Lion, so she almost couldn't get off because she had to unstrap them completely. See? Mom bought me new shoes as well. What? Didn't Aria just mean to encourage you? Is that our mom? No, Dad also did say that comfortable boots would be better. That's strange. I have no idea what's going on right now. How long is this intro? It's true. I'll also ask other people if you don't believe me. Alright, keyword again. Lace-up boots. It's a pain to wear lace-up boots if you're boarding the train to High Lion. Okay. A main quest. The truth remains something. Hey! I summoned it. Okay, so we can move, we can interact. Hold on, tab. The truth remains 1. Should shoes be taken off when arriving at High Lion? Ask others. I guess it's a rumor that's gone around. And we can ask the bartender. Hello, Mr. Bartender. Hey, want a drink? Oh, look at you. I'm a good boy. No, I don't drink alcohol. Do you have any tea? Of course. Then I'll have a cup of that. The tea has alcohol though, is that okay? But then that's just alcohol. Alcohol with tea. Potato, potato. No, that's very different, Mr. Bartender. I've got a feeling you're very, like, bad at the job if you can't understand the difference between an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic drink, sir. Then can I ask you a question instead of a drink? Anytime. Keyword conversations. You can initiate conversations using keywords. Okay. What's up? Okay, so like normal, personal stories, chit chat, shop, special, lace up boots, training activity, none. So we can kind of... I just want to see. Let me know if you need anything to drink. What's up? So that was chit chat, personal stories. What sort of work do you do here? I'm mixing my life and changing the alcohol. Okay. Did you also drink the alcohol? Wait, I think it's the other way around. I'm just an average bartender working in the most expensive place in the world. What brings you to this very expensive train? I thought you were listening to our conversation. I stopped listening when it got boring. I'm going to be an apprentice at the witch's house in High Lion. Can I just say something about writing in general? I don't understand when games or whatever media try to make fun of itself for being boring. Like, that is just a joke that just isn't funny to me. I just don't get it. Because, like, just don't be boring then. Like, I don't know. Just don't be boring. And then it won't be boring and then there's no joke. Like, I don't get it. It's just not a funny joke to me. Sorry, okay. I'm going to be an apprentice at the witch's house in High Lion. After working as an apprentice for 3 years, I will be able to graduate from the school for witches. Okay, so we're going to be an apprentice for 3 years. Wow, High Lion, eh? That's the right proper place, innit? So they say. That's probably why you got the train ticket for free. You must be someone special. I don't really care about that kind of thing, though. What's that supposed to mean? That kind of thing is what's important at the end of the day. What kind of thing are you talking about? Don't even understand. It's best to just suck it up. You'll be glad you did it later down the road, you know? Yeah, later. Want some water? Okay. Let's do the lace-up boots. Can I take a look at your shoes? My shoes? What for? From what I've heard, you have to take off your shoes before you step foot into High Lion Station. You work at the train, so you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, that story. Absolutely. Plenty of confused passengers who are all dressed up for High Lion. If you're wearing shoes of that sort, I'd advise you to untie them in advance. O ye who reacheth high lion, look first upon thy shoes. Or, so that's how the saying goes. See, Virgil, I was right. The preppy boots Mum gave me as a present tell me just as much. Those are some nice boots, right? My mum bought them for me when she found out I was graduating magna cum laude. So Virgil must be that voice coming out the top of our head. It sure is amazing you're graduating magna cum laude despite your antics. You gonna keep up with that attitude of yours? Hearing the two of you speak, I have a feeling being boredom won't be an issue. Nope, it's so boring. What? What are you talking about? Aren't you bored, Mr. Bartender? I've gotten used to it, but it's certainly gone less boring thanks to you. Oh, it's not coming out of our brain. It's coming out of our hat. The hat's got a face. The hat is Virgil. I see. You've been listening? Other guests would have heard about your arson at the school for witches by now. I didn't set it on fire. Really? Sure, there was a fire, but that was because I shook a potion 5 times and made it explode. Potions must be shaken 3 times only. Even a non-witch like me knows that. Exactly. How can you not try shaking it 4 times having heard that? But you said you shook it 5 times. Nothing happened on the 4th time, so I shook it once more. An inquisitive mind, you've already got the makings of a fine witch. No, you've got the makings of an idiot that doesn't listen. Ellie. Thanks for the praise. I don't think he was praising you. I should be on my way then. Alright, have a fun trip. You can't act like a country bumpkin once you're in the city, got it? I can't believe I didn't notice that the speech bubble was coming from the hat. You're not gonna ask just one person, are you? Why? One is never enough, you know. Even the greatest detectives never reach a conclusion based on a single piece of evidence. You have a point. So, we can view the keywords here. So we're gonna find more people to ask about. Just also, I meant to say at the beginning, I'm gonna give this an hour. Each of the games I'm gonna give an hour. So we talked to the bartender. The food was really delicious though. Your face was bright only when you were eating after getting on the train. The omelette was overflowing with cheese and crab meat as soon as it was cut. The pink salmon steak seasoned with fresh lemon-scented kiwi sauce. Ugh. Even slightly frozen strawberries and peach sorbet with whipped cream. Without this meal, I would have jumped off the train sooner. I get the impression of spoiled brat from Ellie. It's definitely different from the food you buy at the store at the School for Witches. I ate that to collect the Great Witch series cards. I got scolded because I was caught keeping the card and throwing away the bread. Don't do that again in highlighting. I'll definitely try the nubicular cupcakes there. That's if I get to highlighting before I get bored to death. Stop mentioning about being bored. Wasting everyone's time. Okay, people. The train crew. Up ahead is the engine room. Small talk is forbidden during operation. Up ahead is the engine room. Okay, fine. I'm not going into personal stories right now. Ask about the boots. We don't check the passengers' outfits. Even if you don't check, it's inconvenient to get off if you wear strappy boots. There are so many different types of clothing that cause discomfort, I can't define them all. Then, what about having a hard time taking off your shoes when you get off? Delays occur once in a while due to their shoes, but again, it's not regulated. I guess there's no fine. Isn't it a matter of harming social reputation rather than the fine? Is that so? Up ahead is the engine room. Okay, so I'm getting the impression we do have to take our shoes off. I'm an attendant of Brightman Railroads. My job is to ensure the passengers' comfort and safety. Okay, good. End dialogue. What about you, ordinary passenger? Are you going to take your shoes off? Hello. Roy. I like your eyes, Roy. Oh, hello. Am I disturbing you? Negative. What's the issue? Oh, I want to ask about something. You're on the way to High Lion, right? Correct. What's the matter? Oh, it's just that you have a very blunt way of speaking. Oh my. Old habits die hard, especially when one is deep in thought. You sound like the janitor from my school. Well, I used to be a soldier. So what brings you here? Speak. Okay. Since I'm not much of a talker, I don't have anything to say in particular. Cool. Good. Lace up boots. Before that... What? You've been staring at my feet for a while. Is there anything... Is there some kind of problem? Oh, I was gonna ask anyway. Isn't it uncomfortable to wear such strappy boots? It takes some time to put them on and take them off, but I'm quite used to it. Like, can I see these strappy boots that everyone's talking about? Like, I don't actually know what you mean when you're talking about strappy boots. Then it would be hard for you when you arrive at High Lion. What? What are you talking about? I mean, you have to take your shoes off when you get off. What? 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 Huh? Oh, you were kidding? I'm sorry. I'm rather dull when it comes to things like this. Me too, Roy. Me too. Jenny! Mr. Bartender! The mystery has been solved. So wait, what? Everyone else told us otherwise, but we're going with this guy? Did I make some kind of mistake? No, I just realized that I was deceived. Come to think of it, I remember now. It's a joke to make fun of people who visit High Lion for the first time. Stop, you don't have to kill me twice by giving me that much detail. I'm sorry. Are you holding back laughter? No, I am not. He's trying so hard to be considerate of you. Don't ask twice. Virgil, I hate you even more now. You don't need to be too upset. When I went there for the first time in the past, I was also tricked by a colleague and took them off. That doesn't comfort me at all. I'm sorry. How do you feel? Why are you asking me that? Your molars might fall out. Relax a bit and tell me. I can't believe Jenny deceived me. That's called a practical joke, Ellie. Or just a joke. I don't know if it's actually practical or not. There's a reason why she's your friend. Now go back to your seat quietly and wait until we've arrived. We still have 3 more days to go. 3 more days on the train? Holy shit. That's as terrible as the smell of spotted shiitake mushrooms. Not shit-take mushrooms. It's a familiar face. It was always her name that came up first when memorizing names of witches who had great achievements. You mean that weird song? I made it as part of an exam strategy. I sang it in my head when I was taking a history exam, and I'm seeing her again in the train. I still like this witch. Oh, witch, help those in your reach. It's a famous saying. Okay. So we have 3, like this is a full-on cross-country train. I mean, that also doesn't sound the worst thing to me. Like, looks nice. Wine in a place like this must be expensive, right? I guess so. It's not like you can buy it just because you want to. What? But you can. Not we can't, but people can. Is it delicious? I think Twinkle Twinkle juice would taste much better. Arya said you don't drink for the taste. Sally also said that. It was fun to help make Sally's moonshine. Why the heck would anyone put that in a drink? That's the reason it was fun, although I didn't drink it because it looked too dangerous. It was a situation that I never want to be put through again. Okay. Let's just go and sit down. For 3 days. Alright now, have some patience and stay seated. Okay. I'm bored. But you just sat down. Oh my god, do you know what's torture? People complaining about being fucking bored. Stare out the window if you're so bored. Yeah, look outside. Look at that mountain. It must be hiding a cave with strange pillars, statues, and a giant door. Sounds like the prologue to a story where you awaken a terrible demon. It does, actually. Wait, hold on. Virgil, shut up and look out the window. At the summit of the mountain, there's a gigantic shining tree at the top. A gigantic shining tree. Why is it shining? Does it have luminous flowers? It must be beautiful up close. Give it up. This train won't stop for 2 days. I want to get out now. I hope we crash. Fat chance of that happening, so stay aboard. After all, you signed up for 3 years of even more boredom. Aren't there any crocophants nearby? Nope. What about boa constrictors? This isn't the jungle. Train robbers? This isn't the Wild West. It's a healing game, remember? Hey, a boa constrictor. The correct line is, what's going on? There's no station here, why are we stopping? I'm not sure, maybe there's something wrong with the train. I doubt it's a boa constrictor though. I don't care if it's not a boa constrictor. Please just say there's some massively critical issue. Please. Why would you want an issue that makes it even slower to get there though? It doesn't make sense. Please. We have a 2-day delay. You will now be on this train for 5 days. Thank you. We apologize for the inconvenience. A critical issue, perhaps? The train cannot continue its journey due to a critical issue. Yes, attention. The train will stop until tomorrow morning, and the departure time... Can we go outside? Will likely be announced tomorrow. We will depart immediately if possible. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. In the meantime, please avoid wandering too far from the train. Let's go. I'm not sure if you remember, but... Of course I remember. The shining tree is at the peak. No, not that. We have to get back by tomorrow morning. Then we should get going. Ah, okay. But also, like, this girl has clearly not had to deal with commutes. Like, I think that's why I'm getting so triggered. I fucking hate commutes. Wow, it's so dark. If you're scared, we can go back to the train. I love it. Let's hurry. Okay, a shining tree. Search for a shining tree seen from the train. Let's go. Oops. That wasn't it. I don't even know what I pressed. I was just trying to move. Oh, S. S opens your inventory. Okay. It's arrows to move. Oh, I'm not gonna... I don't want to get into another dialogue because it just goes on for so long. Can we go and climb a mountain, please? It's a hill. It won't be easy to climb. Look over there. There are vines hanging on the hill. I'll be able to climb that much. That much. That's bad news. Ah, okay, here we go. It's a secret passageway, Virgil. I don't think it's a secret or a passageway. I bet there's a path beyond here. It's so dark. What's this? Looks like little honey pumpkin. What's that? It's a type of weed that grows in forested areas. Vines grow so fast you can never get rid of them by hand. You must find the nucleus hidden somewhere to get rid of it. Oh, I guess we can also get rid of this if we find the nucleus. Or just return to the train quietly. That can't happen. Let's go look for the nucleus. It must be nearby. Since the nucleus gives off light when you touch the vine, you'll be able to find it. Oh, that makes it easier. Oh, there it is. Right, so we got rid of that. So, oh. Wilted away. Green forest plains. Great, it's time to explore. Please don't use that word. Explore. That word gives me anxiety. No thanks to your mother. Okay, spaces to sprint. How strange. Okay. We're exploring, finally. I'm gonna collect everything. Cran apple. A branch. Branches. Shining trees at the peak of the mountain, so go quickly if you want to see it. Oh, fine, fine. We must return to the train by tomorrow morning. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're not exploring then. Don't tell me we're gonna explore if we're not exploring. Okay, I found a well. Okay, this should help. Oh, a map. Yeah, I guess we need to go left. I'm guessing the one in the top left is the one I'm looking for. But I could go up and see that and then left. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. There's the town, Virgil. Are we just abandoning the train? But you have to go to High Lion. What a shame. I mean, the game is called Little Witch in the Woods. Oh, sorry. So like maybe we are just gonna live here instead. It's too dark and worn down for me to see anything. I don't see any words, only pictures. Let's come back when it's brighter. Okay, fine. Let's see if we can find the tree, which I'm hoping is up here. A mountain. That's a bad thing, right? No, we were looking for the mountain. I always hated mountains. My leather gets worn out from all the wind. It's fine. There's a ladder there on the left, but no exploring for us. We're just gonna climb this mountain and find... Ooh, what's this? Why are there so many things blocking the path? This must be a forest of many secrets. What's this? Looks like a barrier made with a witch pattern. Witch pattern? Is there a witch here? There was, Do you know how it works? Still hammered it into my head. Shouldn't be an issue as long as it's drawn well. This? Oh? Alright. Hey, I opened the gate. We found the glowing tree. Oh, it's glowing because of butterflies. That's nice. Wow, it's a gigantic shining tree, the same one we saw from the train. This is a bitter grape tea tree. I don't think the tree is the one that's shining. Check this out, Virgil. There are a ton of butterflies on it. You're right, the butterflies seem to be glowing. These are blue moon butterflies. The butterflies give off a subtle moonlight. The light from these butterflies has the same power as actual moonlight. That's cool, I wish they were real. That's why strange things always happen around these butterflies. Aren't they beautiful? A giant tea tree with butterflies glowing with moonlight. It's not just beautiful, it's extremely fascinating sight to behold. Isn't this a pretty magnificent discovery? Did you know that those two are rare creatures? What? So what about it? The fact that those two are together is amazing. Oh, you mean the tree and the butterflies? What about those two being together? They're usually raised together artificially to get moonflower in Lucarine Auto. It's uncommon for them to be together naturally like this. Anyway, we did find something, right? I guess so. I'll have to write a letter to the school later. Let's look around a bit more. Fill up the codex and all, alright? Just don't be late. We must return to the train by tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go back the way we came up. There might be other strange things. In search for a curious creature. Retrace your path. Okay. Guess there's going to be some different things. I mean, this was a beautiful place. I would come here if I lived here. I like to hang out and just be inspired by the moon butterflies. I don't think I'll get a wink of sleep on the train. I wonder if there's anywhere I can sleep for tonight. What about the ground? The dirt and rocks should make for a nice bed. That's not funny, Virgil. We're gonna find a cabin. Look, the blue moon butterfly we saw at the peak is here too. I did notice on the way up. I think they were there then as well. You might as well collect some for study purposes. For science. You think I could just sneak up and grab it? Wait, do you remember what Mr. Gravier said? Death lives under the bed? No, not that. Draw it before you touch it. That's right. Okay, Witch's Encyclopedia and Quill. Press and hold the use quill button to draw. Once the gauge is full, the drawing is complete. The subject of the drawing will be recorded in the encyclopedia. So Z. Oops. Oh, Z is the button we use for everything. Portrait. Okay, was the other buttons Q and E? Okay, I don't actually have Q and W. Oh, the thing in the bottom left, okay. Oh, we've got to hold it. Open. I don't like the way that WASD are being used. I'd rather them be movement buttons. Blue moon butterfly. Ecology info. So it's telling you where it can be found, what areas of the map, because I think those symbols are the same. And like what time of day, size, weight. A butterfly that emits a soft blue glow from absorbing moonlight. It's sensitive to sound, but will not easily go away unless it feels especially threatened. And I think it's saying there you need a net to catch it. Yeah. Yep. Collectibles that can be acquired. Okay, how to make collected easier. Got it. Already sorted that. Great, it's registered in the catalogue. Let's see. Now do you see why you can't catch any right now? Tool. So you can collect them using a butterfly net. I don't have one right now. Not much you can do now then. But I want to do it right now, because I'm a spoiled little brat. Getting to a witch's house in High Lion is more important. Let's go back down now. There's got to be something else that's fun. Ugh. Okay. Hi, butterflies. Oh, what we're drawing. Drawing something. A maple herb. Okay, so we've got categories. Oh, animals, I guess. Okay, yes, yeah, so we've got different animals. We've got like plants, potions, and food, sweets. Okay. Exit. Oh god, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, these controls are bizarre. Found a waterfall, but... Oh, it's blocked from the other side. Right, let's go down. Just draw things when we can. Oh, the nucleus is on the other side, so you have to come at that from the other side as well. I don't really know how much exploring it's worth doing right now, because obviously there's still a train section that's gonna be happening. Oh, draw what? It gave me an option to draw something there, I'm sure it did. sure it did. Well, rock is always useful. Rocks and branches. There, it's done it again. This? No, I've picked it. I wanted to draw it. Oh well. Which flower is fitting, I guess? Okay. I don't know what it was telling me that I can draw. Hold on. Okay, so I did see a cat, but then I was just looking at this. What the hell is this? I don't like it. Okay. Oh, wow. Ellie, let's go back to the train. Look at that, Virgil. A shining white cat? I've never seen anything like that before. Ellie, we have to... Let's go after that creature. Okay, okay. We're following the cat. Like, we should really... Like, don't chase cats in real life. That's shitty. But, as long as we don't, like, give it pets that it doesn't want, should be fine. I think the cat dropped something. Witch's white chalk. What's this? Looks like a witch chalk. That's the thing you use to draw things like a pattern. Looks a little different from the one we're using at school. It's just a different packaging. Okay. This witch pattern seems to have been erased a bit. It won't work if it gets erased like this. You can draw the pattern again using the same coloured witch chalk. Since I have the one I just picked up earlier, let's draw it again with that. Yes. Oh, so I guess they are one-time use things? Cool. Okay. I wanted to draw that, but it didn't work. Witch's garden. Huh, where did the cat go? Look, Virgil, there's a house. That's a witch's house, isn't it? It looks pretty old. If it's an old house, it must be a witch's house. I guess we can talk to the master witch and stay here for a while. Doesn't look like there are people inside. If there's no one, I might stay for a while. Isn't it natural for an apprentice witch to be at a witch's house? That's true, but well, not uninvited. It isn't. No, that's not natural at all. Okay. Let's knock then. Anyone there? Is anybody there? Seems like nobody's here. It could be an abandoned witch's house, because the witch administration can't figure out everything. Alright, let's go inside. Oh. It really is an abandoned witch's house. Alright, yeah, I see the cobwebs. I'm like, why is it abandoned? It's got stuff in it, but... And there's a fire lit, but it also has cobwebs. Taking that into consideration, it looks okay, although it's not that clean. Since the witch's house is managed on her own, it doesn't seem to be in very good condition considering how dirty it is. But the bed looks fine. I guess I can just sleep here. Well, since the witch's house is a public institution, it's okay to sleep one night or so. The witch's house is a public institution? Doesn't look it. And it's better than sleeping outside. Okay. Acting such as collecting or sprinting uses stamina. You can recover stamina spent by eating or sleeping. Sprinting uses your everyday stamina? Oh dear. That's not good. The house is a bit messy. We'll just sleep for one day, who cares? So I can't clean up yet. God damn it, but I can't sleep in this mess. Okay, let's sleep. We're not getting that train. What was that in our dream? What's with that face? You slept on a nice fluffy bed. Yes, but I dreamt that I was sleeping on the train. All that effort not to sleep on the train, only to dream of just that. You should have just slept on the train. No, that's not it. I slept very well, actually. I can almost hear the sound of the train, though. Wait, isn't that actually the sound of the train? What, really? Is it taking off already? Let's hurry up. We've missed it. It's fine. Let's just stay here. Return to the train. Okay, let's go then. Really is the sound of the train. I think it's about to take off. Let's hurry back. I woke up just in time. Glad I didn't sleep in. We definitely didn't sleep in. I don't know where... Ooh. I don't know where the train is. Bunnies! A squishy chub. That's cute. Oh, we can just take their fur right off their bodies with our bare hands. Burrows lives underground in groups of 2 to 4. As curious creatures, they approach people first. Should someone come near them, pinching and squeezing their comfy cheeks will leave tufts of soft fur in your hands. Okay, now that is wholesome and adorable. Come on then. Stroke him. Oh, I don't think it'll let... Oh, I've got my quill in my hand, that's why. Silver Star Bell. Screw that. I need to stroke the chubby wubs, or whatever they were called. Squishy chubs. Oh, goodbye. Oh, vanishing into the hole. Oh, that's cute. Okay, where the frig is this train? How about we use this? Down and left. Okay. We are 100% not going to High Lion. Huh? Where's the train? Look, it's the bird! Imitating the train! Looks like that bird was imitating the train sounds. But where's the train? It probably went to High Lion. Then what do we do now? Let's look around the area. I'm sure we'll find some clues. Why are you so calm? I've been through worse with you, Mum. Oh, so this is our mum's hat that we've, like, been given. Oh, I like that bird. It's called the Gaga bird. They say it's a bit insane. Quiet, I don't want to hear it. It's your fault for oversleeping. Don't blame the Gaga bird. Fine, whatever, just be quiet. I mean, no one can, like, you can't help oversleeping. It's literally something that you cannot help if you don't have an alarm. Like, you can't control when you're gonna wake up. A letter. How nice of them to leave a letter behind. Let's see. I think it's from the bartender on the train. You're probably shocked to see that the train is gone. A witch suddenly appeared in the middle of the night and got rid of the prickly vines. They said they can't wait because the train was already delayed, so we had to leave. But don't worry, the train will come back and there's a village nearby where I used to live. You can just spend some time there. There should be a sign in the forest, so take a look and go find the village. When you arrive at the village, please send E. Knight and Arden my regards. Bartender. That place we saw earlier must be a village. Are you even a little upset that we missed the train, Ellie? It's okay since there is a village, right? I guess we can just wait there. How about cleaning the witch's house? You never know what might happen. Also try checking if a village really exists. Okay. Please try not to sound so excited. We missed the train, remember? Right. You heard me, right? Well then, I might as well add more to the encyclopedia now. Alright then. I think we're good to explore. No, don't read it again. Okay, yes, I really want to clean the witch's house. And we can find the... I was gonna say find the encyclopedia. Find the village, it's all good. It's all good. Use the quill to look 3 more. I've already done that. Clean the witch's house. Where a prolonged stay seems inevitable. Mention that there... Yeah, look for the village. Cool, cool. We know what we're doing. We're a professional. So, is the village to the left there? Like, I didn't see any... I didn't see where the village might be because I only looked for the mountain. Oh, to the right maybe. Oh, the town lies to the east of here. I guess people do live around here. Alright, let's head east. It seems to be blocked over there, that's true. It's little honey pumpkin. Let's go take a look first. And the nucleus is on the other side. Can we not just like jump over it? It's the bunnies! Squishy chubs! Oh, can we draw this? Oh no, we've already drawn this flower. We haven't drawn this flower. Oh, this is the one we accidentally picked before. The witch flower. I feel like we could just make our way through there. We would have been, if I hadn't have already drawn the things, we would have had 3 around, but because I've already drawn them, there isn't 3. Right, let's go and clean the house. Let's get rid of the weed first. There's too much. It would take forever to pull all this out using hands. Take a look at the bin over there. It might have a potion to get rid of the weed. What bin? What weed? There's nothing here, and we'll have to use another tool. Is there another tool? Yes, there is a wonderful tool. What's that? Your hands are... Okay, okay then. Fine. No need to be a dick about it. I will use my hands to pull... Okay, I guess this is weeds. Do I have to just pull all of the weeds out? This is gonna take forever. Okay, we're gonna make it nice though. It's gonna be a beautiful place to live. I wanted to do inside though. That's more important than the outside. Okay. So that's flowers, so we're keeping the flowers. These things will probably light at night, these big ones. We're using so much stamina. Get rid of... So there's just like sacks of shite around. Alright, I think I got rid of all of them, right? It's nice to see that it's clean. Now it's time to tidy up the house. Yes, I want to get rid of those cobwebs. Look, Ellie, it's a quest mark. All I see is just in cobwebs that we have to clean up. Exactly. Let's find something useful while cleaning. Yeah, that would be cool if we find useful things. A notebook. Might be useful later. Where did we pick it up? Okay, let's focus on what we're doing now then. Okay, I didn't even press any freaking buttons, Ellie. Chill your beans. It's a witch bookshelf. Technically, it's a bookshelf that the witch was using. That's the same as a witch bookshelf. I'm not going to read a book though. I'm tired of books. A poisonous mushroom is better than a witch who doesn't read books. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Because a poisonous mushroom kills just one person. Stop nagging. I read enough books at school. Witch history. The 12 plants. Fun book of plants. Gardening for witches. There are so many books on plants. I guess a witch who used to research plants was living here. I should store any books I get in here. Yeah, bookshelves are good. A good, nice place to store some books. She really messed up the house. Reminds me of your room. My room was cleaner than this. That might be so from a dust standpoint. Okay. I wonder where the witch is, the one who lived here. This place is probably very old. She must be eating and living well somewhere in the Lucian or two. All done cleaning. Oh, that was it? It's also messy in front of that desk over there. Stop bossing me around like a teacher. I finally managed to get out of school. Why say we're done when we're not done, Ellie? Okay. There's some dust over there, Ellie. Don't leave food behind, Ellie. I told you not to go inside the principal's office, Ellie. That's because you keep doing things that you should just either be doing or not doing. People wouldn't have to nag if you just did the things. You should have listened. Oh, this is a witch elevator. That's why you have to listen to the teachers. Let's hurry up and go down. What if there's a scary monster? You think so? Oh, I'm so excited. Where? Where is an elevator? I'm not seeing it. Oh, the rug is an elevator. More cleaning. Yeah, boy. Wow, look at this, Virgil. This must be the dispensary. You can probably make potions with the proper tools. We should definitely do some cleaning. Wow, cleaning again. I know what this is. It's an extractor. We used it so many times at school. It was a slightly smaller one though. It would be hard to use. Look at the glass bottle underneath. Oh, that's true. It's broken. I'll need a friendly toad at least. What? I'll need to get a glass bottle first in order to use this. Need to at least fix... Yes, yes. Alright, let's go to the village first. Let's look for one. So, we might find a glass bottle at the village so that we can get this working again. Let's just clean everything else up first. Treasure chests. This box looks pretty useful. I can put stuff in here when my pockets are full. Oh, this is our storage. Okay. So I've been able to clean other things off the floor, but I can't clean these books. Come on, don't just leave books in the middle of the floor. That bothers me so much. These two different boxes. I think they are. We do not have much inventory space in general, like on our person. So I just dump everything in there. Wow, this is a pretty good cauldron. I think it was made by the Blue Lighting Workshop. Its style is very traditional. I only ever used the cheap cauldrons at school. Finally, I get to use a good one. Do you remember how to use one? Of course. Expertly processed ingredients, the exact heat intensity, and the right ladling technique. And at last you end up with a proper potion. Okay. Crafting potions. In order to craft potions, you need to follow the required ingredients, fire setting, and ladle direction. Carefully review the recipes in the encyclopedia. Cool, we're making stuff. I actually like Teacher Olivia. Still, the cauldron looks fine. You'll be able to make a potion if you have the ingredients. The machine tools are in bad condition though. Since there are some discarded ingredients, let's make the potion we need using them for now. Wait, we've got some shitty ingredients and we should make a potion right now? Oh, let's focus on more. Okay! Okay, bossy boots. Ah, is these the ingredients? Witch flower extract. Fur extract. Which I guess we get by putting those things that we found out in the wild, putting them into there and it becomes extract rather than just whatever it was. This is a potion ingredient, isn't it? You've used them in school countless times. A witch is usually this sloppy. Sloppy or not, they're careful with their ingredients. And I guess the witch that lived here was really sloppy. Or she was in a hurry. Why? Beats me. A spilled bottle, scribbled paper, and a book. What a mess. Just brush off the dust. Just brushing off the dust might take a lifetime. What's this? Luna's oil. Looks like a recipe for a potion. I guess it was used by the witch who was here. It reads, a potion with the power of the moon. Ingredients are moonflower and phoenix feather. Ooh. Only very expensive materials are used. I'll use it someday. Let's have it ready for now. What? Let's have what ready? There's also something underneath. Where? Oh, you're right. I don't know what kind of text this is. You learned it at school. That's the ancient witch language. You mean I learned how to read these strange symbols? Your score wasn't bad either. I don't remember anything. Shall we take a look anyway? Looks like a recipe. Seems like moons something something. I have no idea. I got a headache. Take a look if you remember later. Okay. An unreadable memo. Old memo. Learned the language but can't remember. Yeah, I should put it away and revisit it later. This desk would be nice to use as a workbench later. There's no use for it now. Okay, so D is that. Oh yeah, D is the entire thingy here. Okay. And then this is... okay, I don't know. Useless for some reason. Because it's too hard to clean. A roaster? Oh, I hate this thing. You have to put in the ingredients and just wait. It's awful. Can't you simply put them in and do something else while you're waiting? It seems to be in bad condition, however. Really? Oh yes, there's no handle. Okay. Where would I get a roaster handle? I don't need the roaster since it's not needed for basic recipes. And there should be something when you get to the village. Yeah, the village comes first. By the way, there's nothing normal here. It would be rather strange to be normal when it's dirty like this. Still, the cauldron is fine. Yes, I'm all done cleaning. We can make potions now. It would be pretty hard. It would be hard to make hold on. It would be hard to make properly because the machining tools are broken. Since there are ingredients on the ground, let's try making it with them for now. There was little honey pumpkin in front of the village. This stubborn weed elimination potion should do it, right? Ah, it's a weed terminator potion. Whatever. Check the recipe in the encyclopedia. You'll probably be able to make it with the ingredients you were lucky enough to find. Alright, let's do this. Right, we need a weed killing potion. So we're supposed to look in our encyclopedia. Oh, here it is. Weed terminator potion. A potion used gardening. Think about bad plants when brewing or risk a tasteless veggie disappearance. What? Right, this is... Stage 4, don't stir. Stage 4, flame. So we have the extractor part's already done for us, so we've got those. Set the fire to stage 4, don't stir. Pour right in the vessel. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, so 2 furs make 1 extract. We only need 1 of each, it seems. The ingredients, yeah. View the ingredient information button. Okay, I can't do that right now, it won't let me. You can view collectibles on the left and collection targets on the right. Oh, it has done it, okay. Crafting order is shown on the right. After processing the collectible, put the ingredients into the witch's pot and adjust the fire and ladle as necessary. Right. Let's make a recipe. Items you pick up while cleaning are ingredients. Picked up. So you can craft potions with them right away. Yes, I'm going to try and do that. Thank you, if you let me, please. So I think we need 1 witch flower and 1 squishy chub fur. So let's put that in. Let's put... No, I only need 1, not 2. Oh, whatever. Press and hold Z to craft. Oh, that was so happy. That was so cute. I like that. The weed terminator potion. Yep. Awesome. The stupid weed extermination potion is complete. It's potion for removing weeds. Anyway, it's ready. Let's go. Let's go. Carefully, since there are no more ingredients. Must throw it. Make sure to remove the nucleus. Yep. It's just a temporary measure. Got it. Got it. Got it. E and R is change potions. A is equip potion. These buttons are so strange. Okay. Okay, I only have the one. Oh my god, what's happening? I only have the one potion, so let's go and destroy those weeds and get a quick look at the village before I end the video. You now save and load from the witch's cabinet. Okay, good. Okay. Save. There we go. Naps. You can now take naps. You cannot take naps at night. You can only nap once per day. Wow, these naps are strict. I just nap whenever, you know? No! Just put it down. These buttons are so fucking weird. Cancel. Here we go. Right, where's them weeds? So we only have one chance, so let's not mess it up. Throw while aiming. Aim Z. Like, how am I supposed to aim this? Like, it's not... Here it goes. Oh. I didn't throw it properly. Well, it happens. I thought we'd need it, so I had one hidden. Really? How? Don't ask how. The atmosphere will become awkward. Be careful this time. Again. I was careful. It's not my fault. Equip potion. Aim with Z, but I can't throw it over, so I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Oh, so that one worked. Okay. Good, I think it's working properly. Right, quickly, let's walk past it. Yeah. Okay. So that should be gone permanently now, which is good. And now we're at a village. That's just her. Oh, this isn't a village. Look over there, Ellie. It's a prickly vine this time. It's so huge and thick. Oh no. What do I do with the extractor? First, take a look around here. Oh, do you happen to sell glass bottles? So I can make a potion to get rid of this viney plant. Aurea. Hello, do you live in this town? Nature is so beautiful. What? Aren't the trees beautiful? That's not what we asked, Aurea. Their green leaves are so pretty. Oh, sure. Nature is so breathtaking. You must love nature. How can you not? Okay, I'll be back. Walk under the blue sky and experience nature. She must really love nature. So much that she can't have a conversation. You should respect her interests. I think it's more of an obsession. Something didn't feel right. You think she's cursed or something? A curse that doesn't allow her to talk about anything except nature? Oh. The curse of a nature lover? That doesn't make sense. There are lots of quirky witches out there. The curse lifting candy that can lift the curse should be a basic recipe. Oh, but we can't use the machining tool now. I must process what's being collected to make potion. What should I do? You picked up several ingredients at the workplace earlier, didn't you? Those would be enough to make the candy. So we've got no dilemma. So what are you talking about, Ellie? Did you see what's over there next to her? It's a glass bowl that would be perfect. Where? Whoa, you weren't kidding. Alright, let's make curse lifting candy to lift the curse. And to receive that glass bottle as a reward. That would be nice. First, let's check on the candy that can lift the curse in the book. So, candy. Curse lifting candy needs 1 fir extract and 1 maple herb extract. And we have those. We do have those. So, what we have to do is go and make that, right? And then we'll get that glass as a reward. Alright. Well, I do think I'm going to end the video here. what's frustrating about this is that I feel like the intro has been far too long for a game like this. I don't know how much freedom you get in the future. So far there doesn't seem to be any sense of freedom, and maybe it is a game like that and not like how I thought it was going to be. But it's just taken a long time. Like, this has been an hour and we haven't, like, we've made one thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think some of the dialogue is a little bit wonky and things are said like 2 times that only needed to be said once or not at all. Stuff like that. And I think, yeah, it's just a lot of time wasted. And I don't feel like it's really building the world enough to warrant it. That's just my opinion. What I do really like is the art, like, especially the little surprise animations that happen, the little animals that we've seen, and the cauldron when it was done cooking. Like, those things are wonderful. And like, what I don't want to spend ages just talking like nonsense, just saying words. I want to be exploring, looking at like those little rabbits are delightful. I want more delight, you know? Like, and I feel like it's being held back a little bit. I've just noticed that big animal behind this cursed witch. This is alive. I thought it was a tent. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, I want more of that, you know? I want less of being on a train for 15 minutes and chatting absolute shite, you know? So yeah, that's, oh, don't start talking, please. That's this game. Also, yeah, the controls, I do not understand the motivation of the control scheme, where they've used the arrows for movement, fair enough, but then WASD, like, you naturally go to WASD to move, generally. So, but like, all of these buttons open menus and stuff, which makes it really weird to me. I'd rather be able to use other buttons for the menus and keep my WASD as movement. So that's just one other little thing that's like, it's a little thing, but it adds up to be a big thing when you're trying to play and you press all the wrong buttons all the time. So yeah, okay, that was an hour of Little Witch in the Woods on Game Pass. Again, it's still early access, so it's probably going to go through changes throughout its life. And yeah, that's that one. We'll be back next week with another Game Pass game. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that helped anyone decide whether they want to play this game. Because this is probably going to be way more for somebody else than it is for me. I would also probably enjoy it more if I wasn't reading it all out loud, potentially. But reading it out loud just highlights to me that there's a lot of unnecessary dialogue. So yeah, okay. It just affects the pace a bit for me too much that it starts to get annoying rather than charming or anything like that. Okay, but I'm not saying the whole game is annoying. The game is gorgeous. It's just not exactly for me, I would say. Okay then, I'll see you next time then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.